An eavesdropping attack occurs when a hacker intercepts, deletes, or modifies data that is transmitted between two devices. Eavesdropping, also known as sniffing or snooping, that relies on unsecure network communication to access data transmitted between the devices. To further explain the definition of an attack with eavesdropping, it typically occurs when a user connects to a network in which traffic is not secured or encrypted and sends sensitive business data to the colleague. The data is transmitted across an open network, which gives an attacker the opportunity to exploit a vulnerability and intercept it via the variable method. Eavesdropping attacks can also or often be difficult to spot. Unlike other forms of cyber attack, the presence of a bug or listening device may not be adversely affect the performance of a device and network. Technical eavesdropping on a traditional telephone line was known as wiretapping. Since then, method of eavesdropping has become even more advanced. In tandem with development in technology, hackers have had the chance to cultivate new methods and channels for eavesdropping on digital conversation. Protocol analyzers can also use to record IP-based communication and can convert data into easily accessible audio files. Data sniffing is another common type of electronic eavesdropping. This method is mostly used to target business using local network as well all communication within the network that are sent to the network ports. Hackers can tap into the system and intercept incoming data. Similarly, wireless networking can be easily manipulated if unsecure information reaches the network ports. Arguably, the most common form of eavesdropping is conduct using a device speaker using function or microphone. These types of eavesdropping attack most commonly occurs via a user's laptop, as the microphone can be activated discreetly and remote by a third party. In summary, we can say that these types of false, fraudulent Wi-Fi network are created solely on the purpose of carrying out attacks. We will find them in busy areas where users will have need to be connected. Like public areas, we can name, for example, public areas as libraries, parks, universities, colleges. They are spaces where it is more important than likely they are in a Wi-Fi network available for free to the user. If an attacker goes into a library and creates a Wi-Fi network with the name of Wi-Fi library, the victim might not suspect that it is really a scam. Therefore, they play with this option to create a fake Wi-Fi network without raising suspicious. In addition, in this attack of places, they have more option that they are users who end up connecting to this and able to achieve their goal. Stations and airports. In this, we find ourselves before busy places by people. In addition to many places, an airport, for example, is a perfect place to create a fake Wi-Fi network and steal information. A Wi-Fi eavesdropping attack can be successful since it is more than likely that there are offline users on the mobile, like foreign tourists or people who are going to spend many hours on and want to work on their computer. These networks take advantage of these types of sites with a lot of traffic on people and where users may also need to connect to the network. Especially, it can happen that there are people who spend hours and even take the opportunity to buy the ticket or anything. Malls. Similar to the above the malls, there are malls. So there are spaces where there can be many people in the same places of time. Wi-Fi network are usually available, but sometimes they do not cover the entire surface of the signal when the signal is weak. This causes users to try other network that they find without encryption. That is the opportunity for cyber criminals. Perfect opportunity. The more problems users have, the more options there are that they end up connecting with a fake network that they have maliciously created to steal data. Work centers. On the other hand, work centers, they are also good place for them to deploy rough rogue network and carry out what is known as Wi-Fi eavesdropping. We especially talk about places where there are workers from different sections and companies. They may need a conversation or need a connection at a point and the network does not reach well, and then they look for a separate Wi-Fi and then connect it to the cyber criminals on. This eavesdropping scenario demonstrates how a worker eavesdrops the communication between two wireless nodes. It shows a snapshot of the eavesdropping demo. So the network includes two users. I named them as Alice and Bob, an AP and a hacker who is John. The messages between two network nodes are represented by a small box. Text to so the sequence of the picture is like: first, John sets his NIC to promiscuous mode that allows John to capture packets between Alice and the AP. Alice then sends the message to the Bob. That packets are sent from the Alice to the AP and then it forwarded by the AP to Bob. John captures the message since it's NIC and is configured to promiscuous mode, and its radio is tuned to the communication channel between Alice and the AP. Bob sends a message back to the Alice and the packets are forwarded by the AP to Alice. John captures the message which sent by the AP to Alice. So that's how the usual process of it goes, how it does the eavesdropping. So that's all about the eavesdropping.